tonight, which is the penultimate episode. And for those of you who don't know what penultimate means, that's second to last. This is also known as week 4. Possibly the greatest week? Only time will tell. Virgil, how are you doing this week?
I'm feeling fine. Doing quite well. Had a good week. Had a few days off on the weekend for the first time in a while, so I really enjoyed that. And I'm also really looking forward to this episode in particular.
Do you have any goals or ambitions for this episode beyond just stabbing Tyler in the back constantly?
Yeah, I also want to just generally give him shit in other ways also.
Of course.
In-game, mostly. Little out-of-game, maybe.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, makes sense. Thor, how are you doing this week?
Sorry, can't talk.
Yeah, he's still eating. Okay, so... Yeah, we're going to pass to Tyler. Tyler, how do you feel knowing that Virgil is currently putting a flag out his backside, but only on the left side? It's a blue flag, it's a Crip flag, and you're blood.
What?
It's a gang reference. Don't worry about it, he's gunning for your ass.
What?
Tyler, are you muted?
Oh, dear.
Yep, I think he was talking the whole time.
Quickly, Tyler, claim that you were making really clever jokes. But
What,
now
you
it's just
weren't?
too late. You can't repeat them.
Nope.
Passed.
There's nothing.
You see what you've done, Thor? You've laid the curse of kind upon him.
I know.
Alright, Thor, why don't you tell us what you're up to, now that you've ruined everything ever?
Yeah. Ruiner.
Let's see.
America.
I'm currently still eating this delicious pizza-y thingy that you stick in the microwave.
Oh, you mean a
A
pizza?
pocket?
No, it's
Calzone?
Is it a pizza on a bagel, just to add to the confusion?
no, it's a pizza. I just I wouldn't really call it a pizza.
It's more like cardboard with red stuff and a little bit of white stuff.
He's eating
Yeah.
bread with tomato paste on it, guys. Leave him alone, alright?
It's called
Just straight out of the jar.
I don't know if it's actually from America, but it's called Chicago Town Pizza.
Oh,
Yep,
yeah.
that's from America.
It's
That's not the worst.
not the worst.
Is it a pan pizza?
Get off your
Deep
fucking
dish?
high horse, Virgil.
I mean, no, there's some serious bad microwave pizza that's not
Yeah.
hardly
No, I agree with him
it tastes like
completely.
anything other than it tastes sweet, and you're like, why does this taste so sweet? Like,
Yeah,
I guess that's not trash.
out of pizzas, Chicago style is number 3 on my list of favorites. So
Really?
What? Okay, what is the difference between
Well-
pizza and Chicago-style pizza?
Oh,
I mean,
shit.
Chicago style pizza can be good. This is
Oh,
just
shit, son. You didn't just open this door. Alright, Chicago-style pizza is a thick-ass crust that's like an inch of delicious bread up and down, and then it's like an inch of bread in, totally seasoned.
Oh, it's a
It's
deep
got
pan
the deep
pizza.
dish pan, so it's like
Yeah.
a cast iron pan, and it's all
I've-
greased up.
Okay, we have it in Australia. They call it deep pan pizza. They don't
Yeah.
call it a fucking.
And in America, it's called Chicago-style because we fucking invented it.
in Chicago.
Well, that's questionable, but it's famous for
Well,
being
you
in
know,
Chicago.
it's
It's
it contains way too much bread for my liking.
Pizza.
But anywho,
We're talking about pizza, bitches.
I've had a lovely week. Thank you for asking, and I've been actually out on the countryside. And if I start naming all the places I've been to, everybody's going to have a
I will
laughing
have an
fit train.
aneurysm.
Yeah, I've been spending my time in Holmavik, and actually, to be exact, Kolvanes. We travel a little bit out to Drutna.
For those who forgot, or this is your first time watching, Thor is from Iceland, where
Well,
they have everything that involves 16 or more syllables.
Well, it's
Yeah,
not as
we-
bad as like when I go on a holiday up to Yorkie's Knob. Now, is it?
That's not a real place, is it?
No, it is. It's a real place in Australia. Look it up, you uncultured swine.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
man.
surprised it doesn't
Sorry,
have,
I don't know everything about Australia, the
No,
complete
I'm surprised
opposite
it doesn't
side
have
of the world.
two more syllables in each word that are the same syllables, and then also they rhyme. Like
Yeah.
that would be a little more
That's
Australian.
that is Aboriginal places.
Okay.
Caucasian Australian towns are just like Townsville.
Alice
Right.
Springs, yo, you got to get your mushroom
That's
chicken
the-
from Alice Springs, bitches.
Yeah.
That's a major settlement on the interior of Australia. A rarity. Oh, shit, you want some Australian culture, motherfucker?
Yeah, I know Alice Springs. Been there.
Everybody knows Alice Springs because they got
Everyone knows
chicken.
Alice Springs. That's true. They do.
Can you guys hear me, by the way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, finally.
Excellent.
I had so many very insightful, very humorous anecdotes to share for that entire conversation.
Excellent. But why don't you tell us
The
about
internet is robbed
pizza?
of all of them. So,
Yep, pizza. What's your favorite type?
pizza. Oh, that's a tough one. I'm gonna go with cheese and mushroom.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
That's a little weak, but you might be
Simple.
vegetarian, so.
I was for about a year and a half.
All
Now,
Is for it.
are vegetarians allowed to eat dairy in this instance? Because
Depends
that's,
on the type of vegetarian.
that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't have a vegetarian style pizza. You can have a vegan pizza. You can't have a vegetarian style.
so my wife said to me, Tyler, we're gonna do vegan for a month, and that was an awful month. Do you
Yeah.
have any idea how hard it is to get?
You ate a lot of nuts, didn't you?
I
You ate a
there
lot of
was nothing-
sinews, a
I
lot of
literally ate
lentils.
nothing. Like I was up in
You
Canada.
just went hungry?
I went hungry. Like I went up to Canada.
Could you have maple syrup or
places.
maple? Yeah.
Maple syrup is. Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, that's artificial sweeteners, man. You can't have that.
No, well, vegan.
That's just tree. That's just tree blood, guys.
Yeah, basically.
Hey, trees have faces, man.
Tyler, how are you doing this particular week? Not to derail the subject back to the original tracks it was on.
Yeah, I'm doing well. I have a couple of ideas for Seraphima's constant hounding of Tatiana, which I'm eager to see how that will play out. Yeah, apart from that, I hadn't done a lot of like gaming this week. It's mostly I had some family visiting, that sort of stuff. So I don't know. It's been a slow week.
Yeah. That reminds me, just because you mentioned that particular thing, we need to talk about Apocalypse World at some point, probably
Yes,
before
and
next
I
episode.
desperately do need to catch up on emails and voice my input on that. So
There are
I'll
a
get to
couple of things I don't want to spoil for the audience, like in particular what our psychic maelstrom's going to be, because or what the apocalypse. We figured out what the apocalypse was, right? Don't say it.
Overabundance of butts.
Don't say it. But overabundance
butts.
of butts?
All
No,
the butts.
That's not a thing.
Well, all the butts fall off and then start dividing and multiplying.
So yeah, basically what happened, the butts got way too big, and then they just fell off naturally, like low-hanging fruit, and then they just subdivided and conquered.
But
Hey,
I think
do
we
that,
have
but
a
an
brainer and a
overabundance of
driver
methane
so
in the
far.
atmosphere can't
Yeah.
cause global warming.
I'm gonna play Brainer. Who claimed driver?
I claim the driver.
I hope you guys are ready to have sex, because that's kind of what Apocalypse World is partially about. And everybody looks kind of odd for a second. Read your rule books, boys.
Man, I don't give a fuck. I'll have sex with
When
her.
you have sex with another character, you get experience points and shit.
Really?
What's hilarious is that the Brainer rulebook is like, okay, listen, no one's gonna want to have sex with you, but if they do, you get all this great stuff, and they get boned.
Sounds like fun.
All
I
right,
might
Dave,
roll another female, so it's not awkward.
how are you doing this week?
I'm okay. Got a little bit of a tummy wog at the moment, but that's all right.
I'm sorry. Tummy warg?
Wog.
Wog? Oh, I was thinking there was like a small warg tearing
It
up.
might
your
as well be,
stomach.
as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, no, not doing too bad. We had another episode of Sin Eaters and Deep Black and Atuve over Friday, Saturday. That wore me the fuck out though, and I'm ready to get started. I honestly don't really remember what happened last week with Sonya, so someone's probably going to have to remind me, but I got new audio hardware too. I'm going to be fucking around with that. Also, just to steal this fucking bandwagon and drive it off a cliff while it's on fire, the Cyberpunks game that I'm running with Bikeman, Eat My Addiction, and Fortius has been announced. The first episode will be up on the 6th of August. Well, that's when it will be live over on Eat My Addiction channel. So that'll be fun. Hopefully no one makes a fucking hacker, because my my body is just 100% not ready for that. So, in case you weren't aware, I'm going to be DMing that. So, yeah, that's going to be fun. I say fun, but it's going to be fun.
Which channel are you guys hosting that on?
That's on Eat My Diction channel.
Yeah,
so that's Eat My Diction 1. So, yeah. I don't know why he put a 1 at the end of it, but I actually have to ask him that.
I know actually the answer to this question. It was Eat My Diction, and they asked him to change it because it was too offensive, and so he put a 1 on and tried that, and they never asked him to change it again.
That's awesome. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's
I
great.
heard him say it on I think it was oh gosh,
Drop Frames.
Drop Frames. What's that show? Yeah, on Drop Frames. I think that's where he was talking about it. Pretty funny.
Right. I'll ask him right now.
Smooth move.
Nick, why is there a 1?
I really liked his play on JP's show.
West Marches.
West Marches. He was pretty funny.
That was
a really shocking play. Really good.
Yep, that was the West Marches episode I stopped watching.
It was really silly.
Really? You thought it was silly? It was disgusting. He was like, I whip my penis out and start masturbating in the corner. And I was like, well, I'm not watching this episode. Tried watching the next episode. I was like, nope, magic's gone. I can't watch the show anymore. It was getting weird, freaky horror, but now it's just weird and freaky and horrible.
Well, watching Steven deal with it was fun.
Maybe.
Right away, I was just like, oh, this is going to be fun to watch.
He was like, the bartender comes over and asks you to stop, and he's like, I don't stop.
Yeah.
Rule number 1 of dealing with Nick. He is the biggest troll you will ever meet. I swear to God. Yeah. He's a funny motherfucker, but damn, does he know how to get on the wrong side of people. Love you, Nick.
I've had a fantastic week. We've got a bunch of new shows coming up. We're going to have a Wednesday night Dungeon World game starting in August that will be running a Pathfinder module. So I'm going to see if I can hack these 2 games together to make one super game.
Oh, for some reason my brain went, it's going to be a Dungeon World game where they're running a Pathfinder module inside.
Yes.
I was like, whoa.
That is really
the meta.
Wow.
Here's the
And,
thing.
and metagaming is officially okay inside, right?
You're the Dungeon Master of Dungeon World, but you're not the Game Master of the Pathfinder game. It's
No recursion. That's the next KCD comic. And Thursday nights, we're going to try to get a Shadowrun game together. I'm not sure how this is going to work at this point.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. You're going to be competing with fucking Cyberpunk.
We'll see how that works out. You know what? I honestly don't think anybody can compete with Eat My Diction at this point.
No.
But there's always YouTube. There's always you, YouTube. You know I love you. Especially you, United States, and women. As you might know, followership of women on my channel is up. But what you don't know is that it's up even more. Women have risen in the polls another 3% over last week.
Is that
Hello,
because
ladies.
of the sweet women action going on in Night Witches?
I have no idea. I honestly don't know what to attribute it to. If you're a woman and you started watching the show more because of Night Witches, leave a comment in the YouTube section below if you're comfortable.
Yeah, that's the whole reason why I played a woman in
I don't know.
Deep Black, by the way.
By the way, men, you're down 3%. What the fuck, guys?
Guys, you having trouble keeping it up?
Wow. Okay, we went there.
You could say that they dropped the ball.
I think that this show is about to jump the Sharknado. That's all I have to say.
Your one was better, Virgil, but I had my one cocked and ready to go, and then you unleashed that monster. So thank you for that.
All right. So let me mark down the time here for all our people who like to skip introductions.
You busters. You don't want to hear what we're saying? That's
No,
why
they don't. That's why they skipped to right now. Yeah, so previously on Night Witch... Well, actually, we're not going to do a previously on Night Witches. We're just going to come back. It's the Colonel. Colonel Fed Lateral is on the phone, and he's like, "Yes? What is it, Boris? You fool! I told you to stop messing with those little bitches." They've been following me everywhere. The NKVD is investigating why I am going after the squadron. You need to deal with your own problems. What's that in the background? What is all that shouting? Who is there? Who is there? And then, like, we see the camera turn, and someone, like, opens the colonel's door, and it's an NKVD officer that's like, Colonel Fedlateral, I understand that your son has been investigating a certain unit, using a lot of resources from the people. I think it's time for you and I to have an informal interview. And the colonel just goes completely white as the camera shifts back to him and starts sweating. And he's just like, of course, General. Please, sit down. And the general says, no, no, Colonel, please. You come with me. This way. And he, like, turns his hand out. And, like, as we see where his hand's pointing to, there's a sign that just says Brig.
Dang. I like the last one better, though, Arthur, when you said you're going on a holiday.
Going on holiday.
Yeah.
Forever.
No,
Send
well, no, it
it
wasn't
back to
holiday. It
Detroit.
was, we've already booked you a hotel room. That's what it was. That one was
Holiday
better.
in Siberia.
Yeah. Oh, you
I
want to
had
get me off the
so-
front lines?
I
Very
had so
nice.
many plans on how to tear that guy apart, and now it's done.
The pen
just a
is
hollow
mightier
victory.
than the sword,
Yeah.
as it turns out.
You already marked the fuck out of his son, though. That's the thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I did.
I didn't want to deny that to you. I wanted to bring him in to
No,
show
no,
that
no.
you didn't have any power, and then immediately reverse it.
So
but
I actually like I thought to myself, I was like, Mark is a death sentence, but it's not an instant death sentence. I was actually kind of curious what he was going to do on his whole suicide run. So
You could try smother a PC. That's what I tried to do.
yeah, that's true.
And I got away. I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you dirty GMs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if it wasn't for those meddling GMs.
It wasn't for the other players and like people
Yeah,
in the game.
Virgil
God
rips
damn
off his mask, he's Arthur underneath, and Arthur rips off his mask, he's Virgil underneath, and we're just like, surprise! Yeah, no.
So, I'm going to throw this up just for anybody that missed it, and I'll put it in the description of the first video. But this is our issue of Pravda this week. One of our viewers did this fan art. Big Super X, a.k.a. Mike.
I don't know who's who.
I don't know who's who either, but it's nice to know
Okay.
someone's like, let's put four women
pretty
on
sure
an
Tatiana's the
aircraft.
one with the sunglasses. I'm just gonna put that out there. Definitely, yeah. I've decided.
I just like how they're all wearing jeans, and one of them is wearing like knee-high boots and shit. The other one's like got like Arctic camo on. It's just like,
Yeah.
yep,
Arctic camo for when you're in the plane.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
cold up there, man. They
It
can't
is
see
cold
when
up
it's
there.
cold.
All right.
Shh, they can't see you if it's cold.
So, we head to Pashkovskaya in Krasnodar Krai, Russia. It's south, near the Georgian border. 6 months have passed from the hastily converted airfield here at Pashkovskaya. You are supporting the Black Sea Fleet in the battle for the Caucasus. The Germans are pushing hard, but you are pushing harder. You're sharing the field with the celebrated and all-male 218th Fighter Regiment, who have requisitioned everything of utility or value, leaving you with the scraps. The regiment has moved west and south into the warm southern maritime region dominated by the Kerch Strait. You'll now be occasionally flying over water for the first time. Targets are heavily defended by anti-aircraft artillery, aided by spotlights and supplemented by occasional fighter cover. The Yarmans are slowly learning how to defeat PO-2s with FW-190 fighters at dusk and dawn. Alright, before we go into theater overview, we're gonna go ahead and talk about the logistics and answer our questions. So, Pashkovskaya is quite close to the city of Krasnodar, which is a linchpin in the German plans for seizing the Caucasus. Expect many of your missions to be flown very close to home. The supply situation is adequate, with rail lines serving the city of Krasnodar and trucks available to nearby airbase personnel. So, how many questions are there? 1, 2, 4, 5, 6? No, just 5. So we'll have everybody answer one, and we'll answer one together.
Could I ask one quick question
Yes.
first? The city of Krasnodar, why is it so important to the Germans?
Because it's the southern approach into Russia, up through the Georgian Peninsula area type thing.
So there's like mountains and water on both
I
sides.
assume it's because it has water access, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's also got rail lines that lead directly to Moscow. Well,
And those
it's
are
not
like-
Moscow, but
Yeah. Those are like the easiest way of transporting like
Yeah.
supplies and shit.
or to put it another way, why wouldn't the Germans try to take it? They're trying to take everything.
They're fucking German, man. What else do you need?
So
Alright.
each one of you
Perfect.
can take one of the questions available here. So, what completely unreasonable demand has been made on the regiment?
Interesting.
On the
Uh,
588s, or did
Yes,
or is
588s.
Well, I do also see that the Lieutenant General Miroshnichenko. Oh God, that's tough.
Which
Igor,
person are you trying?
Anyways,
Igor.
Igor Miroshnichenko.
in the second one,
Yes.
he's going to be arriving.
Yep.
I think there was the unreasonable demand that we all learn and memorize his favorite song and dance routine to perform for him upon arrival.
I think it's unreasonable enough that we memorize his name.
Happy
Address him properly.
So, when is it that Lieutenant General Igor Miroshnichenko, wow, Miroshnichenko, there we go. Yeah. Miroshnichenko, commander of the 4th Air Army, is arriving for inspection. So, when is Lieutenant General Miroshnichenko arriving?
After we leave this the sector.
Yeah, that's no. You're gonna be here for months.
Yeah, so like
As
at
late as
least
friggin'
7 months
possible.
away.
Well, it's
We
a good
don't
thing
have
you're
to
gonna be here
pronounce
for
his
8
name too
months.
often.
Oh well, in that case, it's like 9 months. My bad, I made a mistake.
Yeah.
Anybody have a real answer?
Can we like
the
make it so
inspection.
that like he arrives after our
First
after a
mission.
mission that doesn't go so well? Just
Sure,
like it's
excellent. That sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
Good
Well, a
idea.
mission that does go well, so that we don't fuck ourselves.
I
I
know,
think
we
we should
need-
roll something each time we finish a mission to see if he shows up or not, like a D2, you know?
I think,
D2 is
I think
rough.
actually, I actually think it would be kind of fun if it would be random. If we did not actually have a
Yeah,
choice.
roll a D3 after every mission, Arthur, and see if he comes up that day.
Okay.
Yeah.
What steps have been taken to keep the regiment efficient in such close quarters with her brothers in the 218th?
Wait, what was the first answer? First question that we answered.
The
The
unreasonable
one about
demand.
unreasonable demands,
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to memorize his name
song and dance.
and
Song
song.
and dance.
Song and dance? That's
Yeah. We have to like do a little ditty and like a little dance and be like, "Welcome, Miroshnichenko. We are so happy you have arrived," or something, you know?
I imagine it would be more of a Russian folk song.
Yeah, I
I
don't
will crash my plane that day, so I don't have to do it.
know. Crashed by a plane.
So the 218th is the male squadron, is that right?
Yep, under D.D. Popov, the
Yeah.
obese fighter pilot who was.
I'm
put
gonna
in the
say
hospital.
that they confiscated all the soap in the entire regiment.
But it's what steps have been taken to keep you efficient in close quarters?
Well, no
You're
one's
saying
gonna
that you've
associate
literally
with,
requisitioned all the
I
soap.
would say, Arthur, I would say like segregation between the men and women
How?
that
like,
the soap.
to keep them from fucking each other.
Okay, but how?
Curfews.
Okay, curfews then.
I don't know. Does that seem reasonable?
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
like-
it does. It's just that normally a curfew would be at night, but because you fly at night, the curfew is going to be during noon.
You
Don't
go to
go
sleep. It is
outside.
nap time.
Yeah.
So wait, are we gonna
like
at
Pinker.
least have like passes to do our jobs? Or are we gonna have to be like
Yeah, so I mean, it's basically like you got, let's say there's 2 runways, they have one runway and you have the other runway.
Okay.
There's a guy between them.
I don't understand how we
hates
would
his
violate
job.
this
It's
curfew.
the cock blocking. It's the cock blocking police, basically.
Yeah. Absolutely. They definitely don't want...
So maybe like we're not allowed in their barracks, and they're not allowed in our barracks, that kind of shit.
So, what, are we going to have like special morality police that ensure that?
Yeah, you do have those. They're called the NKVD.
Yeah, they're also introducing the mind police.
Morality.
Your thoughts.
You are not allowed to enjoy yourselves. Get back to work and bomb the Germans. It's like, okay.
That sounds
But
But
like
I enjoy
NKVD.
bombing Germans.
What
Then
does the
enjoy it
shared
more.
military airfield at Pashkovskaya look like? Where are the overcrowded women's barracks tents shared with the 586th? And where are the spacious huts of the 218th, aka the men? Where are the motor repair hard stands, the armorer's bunker, and the command tent? So again, if everyone can use their color
Okay, I'll
in
do
Roll20 to
the
draw their whatever
spacious
one they want.
huts of the 218.
Oh yeah, you immediately take the male tents. Got it.
Wait, what's the question?
I just want to make them.
It's question
ridiculously
4
large.
on the question list, and it's
Basically,
asking you
it's
to
time
draw
for
things on the
drawing.
map.
Oh.
So
Yeah,
we
what's the
need,
airfield look like?
Where's the cow poop in
airfields.
this one?
There is no cow poop.
Oh, thankfully. Let's see. There's gotta
What's
be
a hard stand?
Good question.
I guess it's like just like a